Hey, that's all we can show right now because we have to mute it because of copyright strikes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Breakfast Club and Wrexham latest news and update show for February 5th on a Wednesday. How is everyone doing today? Yes, it's still going on. There's music playing in the background. This dropped this morning, and I got to say, it was pretty goddamn funny. I'll tell you that much. Yes, there is no sound because I don't want to get a copyright strike. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. A lot of great. This is why Channing Tatum was in town a few weeks ago for a Super Bowl ad. That's throw ball, American ball for this weekend. So they probably paid some decent money, and I bet you they shot that in less than 4 hours or something like that. But it's awesome. So there's that clap right there. They even got Parky to get in there. Stoke Cold Brew, which I don't even think you can get in the United States. So awesome little ad and great stuff to see. So hope everyone's having a good day. Go watch it on your own apparel. That's all I can show because we don't want to get copyright struck here at the Local Pundit. How's everyone doing this morning after a W yesterday, after the win? A big 4-1 win. Harry Ashfield getting on the scoreboard and Mo Fall. Fantastic. Lovely day. And it was a great build-up show. We had a live watch along with the new stats by Sasha, and then we right into Wrexham time and then Wrexham reaction. Full slate programming on the Local Pundit Network for you. And what we're going to do, I'm going to give you a quick update too for the other live watch along right there for the next Jimmy Bag of Donuts is we're going to start the pregame show about 10 minutes prior to the dropping of the team news. So the team news will drop, and you'll have that, and you're going to have a good conversation. So about good 45, 50 minutes with the build-up show, and we'll be doing live team drop news, and we'll go from there. So awesome stuff. But, okay, sorry. Stoke is available in the U.S., but not in North Wales. Got it. I see right there. But anyways, how is everyone doing? What do we think of that? Again, next Tuesday is the next watch-along and the next game for us. We're off this weekend because, I don't know why we're off this weekend. That's really odd. Is it because of the push, because of the Jimmy Bag Donuts thing? I don't know. But anyways, all is good. As you can see on the thumbnail, Mullin injury update. Yes, we have an update on Mullin's shin injury, whatever that means. Was he have shin splints? I don't know. As you know, we're going to read the article together to get the instant reaction of it. But please smash a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the Local Pundit. We're on the road to 2,000. But we're headed to 50,001. Road to 2,000, 1.54. We're doing it. And it's all thanks to you and this awesome community. So, yes, let's dive right into it. The live table is up right there. Birmingham City are still on top, though. Wickham, then Wrexham. So, but let's dive into this conversation that the leader live had with with Richard Williams about Paul Mullin's shin injury that is not too serious, allegedly. So this came out 6 hours ago. Richard Williams, Phil Parkinson revealed Monday. Revealed Paul Mullin's shin is a problem, not serious, but he won't risk the Wrexham striker until he's made a full recovery. We've heard that before. Full recovery. He's 30 years old. Obviously, he wasn't in yesterday. We did bring in Rodriguez, and we also brought in Sam Smith, who I'm really liking. I like both of them together. I think those are going to be our starters going forward. I think JM might get some in there. So as of right now, Mullin should be getting himself fit until he's 100%. So Mullin was left out of the squad at the Broadfield Stadium as precaution. Scans show that although there is no stress fracture, very good, Mullin has sustained a tendon damage. That's not his shin. Is there a tendon in your shin? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. So he had tendon damage with Parkinson assist. The frontman who was absent for Tuesday night's 4-1 win. Yes, I called it 4-1 against Port Vale. The Reds secured a home against tie against Bolton. Mullin is fine, says Parkinson. There's a little bit of tendon problem. Kevin Mahone was worried about a stress fracture in his shin, and that was the concern. When he's putting weight on his foot, the pain was intensifying a little bit, he said, Parkinson. The scan was clear in that the level, but obviously there's a little bit of tendon damage. Did he get kicked? I don't know what happened. If anyone has any information, get into the chat and talk about what they think happened, because I have no clue. And is there a tendon in there? Okay, so the scan was clear, but there was a little bit of tendon damage. It's not something which is going to keep him out for ages, but we want to get him right because, as I said it before, Moles is the type of lad who just turns up and trains and never really moans about anything, and he does. He's a goddamn warrior, you know. But it said Kevin pulled him aside and pulled him out on Saturday. To be fair, and he said, "Look, we got other options on the bench. We are best off just making sure this isn't anything serious." So they had a conversation with him, which what they should have done with his back injury, and said, "Hey, if you're not ready to come back, don't come back. Not rush him out there." So he says, he did that. Wrexham don't have a game this weekend because of the opponents of Leyton Orient scheduled FA Cup. So there we go. We would have played Leyton Orient. There's my answer. And yes, we do play Bolton Wanderers on Tuesday. So there's the information on there too. Basically, and for lack of a better word, saving Mullin from himself and going out and injuring himself even more. And he's right. We do have players available, really good players that are coming that we just brought in and that are should get their opportunities to play, and they will. And I'm really liking, like I said, J-Rod and Jay Smith up front, the JJs. I think it's good options. And we also have JM. There's so many J's. Oh, so many J's. Oh my God. And I just realized that. So many J's there too. So it's great. Let Mullin rest up, put him on the sidelines for a little bit, and get himself fit. That's it. Again, yes, thank you very much. FA Cup, our opposition is still in it. A lot of conversations before you came on about the advert, Ruth H. Yes. Did I miss a lot? Yes. Parky's face in the cold brew ad. Yes, this Graham. There's Vincente. No, he's not leaving. And there's quite a few Super Bowl. Yeah, that's a lot of money for that Super Bowl ad too, for sure. Probably $8 million for that. Well, that's a 90-second spot right there. That's a 90-second spot. So probably upwards a little bit more. And yes, Mulberry Red, we did lead in with that. And I would love to have played the whole thing. I do not want to get a copyright strike. I really don't. And I'm always in makeup. Ruth says, the best thing I enjoyed is the group of how let's show up early for the live chat for discussion before Jash starts and broadcast. We try to do that. It's a great community. Thank you, Ruth H. Okay. Robin says, of course, you can get Stoke Cope in the US. Okay, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong about that. John Merrill's also in house, and so is Stoner Combat Vest. And Ruth says tendons attached to the muscle bone. Yeah. Okay. There we go. There's your answer there. But all in all, listen, it's good news. It's good news on all the fronts. It's good news because it isn't anything serious. And the other good news is they pulled him aside and they said, hey, listen, Mullin, take a break. We got it. Probably a little ego hurt. Maybe that's why he put out that post on his Instagram, I think it was, just the night of the transfer window closing. So maybe that was it. It was just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe that's his sneaky way of having a little dig at it too. On that note, we're moving on a little bit we're going to move on from that. So what do you think about his injury? Not too serious, which is good. And I want to just go backwards a little bit about the game yesterday. And I want to talk about the game. Obviously, it was a fantastic win. I'm so happy for Harry Ashfield. You can see it on his face even afterwards when we were doing Wrexham reaction in his interview. The young man he was buzzing, literally buzzing. So we're so happy for him, which is great. And they got a great photo of him, just like, I'm here. He is very, very good. One to watch. I love him on his half turn, his aggressiveness, wanting the ball to feet, and did very, very well. I don't know who ended up getting man of the match. I thought Scar played very, very well himself there too. But it was all in all, it was a good game. And, there's a player in Mo Fall. And I liked his goal yesterday. I really, really liked what he did. And Elliot Lee showed up yesterday and balled out. He did it really well. And I thought Rev grew into the game yesterday himself. So awesome. Great win for everybody all around. And yes, go into Tuesday in the Jimmy Bag of Donuts Cup, which is awesome. As you know, we will be doing it live. But so I just want to get the player ratings yesterday, and because they usually come out in the middle of the night. So we'll do that. Harry was injured. He hurt his ankle, but he should be fine, by the way. He was iced up. He's fine. He's a young kid. He'll bounce back. I don't think there's anything there. Oh, also, Andy Cannon played ball yesterday. Too. I wanted to point that out. But I want to get to the stats. And we're going to hit with our Arthur Okonkwo first there, too. Sorry, not the stats, the ratings. Arthur Okonkwo. So he did. I'm not going to blame I'm not going to blame the goal on AO. It wasn't his fault. He did get a hand on it, but it didn't look good. We had said prior to the match that he needs to have a good game. And here's what happened. He made a mistake. He let the goal in within the first minute, and that was on everybody. We were still on the goddamn bus, still on the coach, and I would have been pissed. but he also grew into the game like we all did. We imposed our will throughout that match. Maybe not in minute 1. They did cover us up. I think it was number 26 and number 36. They were very, very good players on their team. And so AO, I think he grew into it was almost like a wake up call for them. Oh, geez, yeah, there we go. I'm in the game and got to get him mentally tough. I'd expect him to be in the lineup again. He is our number 1. All in all, I will say this quietly. I think we missed I like Callum Burton, and I'm not saying he's a better goalkeeper. He's just a different goalkeeper. And yesterday, there were 2 great saves that AO made after the early goal went in. One cross he put over the bar, and he went down on the other one, a Superman save with his right palm, I believe. And then he just controlled his box a little bit more. So I'm happy for AO to give up an early goal and bounce back. Also, too, Gio did a good job. You could see Gio was talking to him. He made it back too. Awesome. So AO back in the side and made 1 save of note in the first half. Other superb stop at the break, game, a 7. I think a 7 is very appropriate. I think he did a good job. Max Cleworth, solid display after Vale. Made a fast start. I think Max did okay. I think Max still boots the ball sometimes too long, too easy. He gets a little bit of happy feet at his feet, and he kind of boots the ball and gets rid of it. Anywhere will do. Fine. 6 for him. I'll give him that. Dan Scarr, captain yesterday. Do not count out Dan Scarr. I know everyone's talking about we were bringing in Kerr from Wigan. Don't count out Dan Scarr. I'm just saying right now we're going to need him, and I liked his leadership. Guy was alone in the back most of yesterday because we were pushing up. Port Vale did ask a lot of questions in the first half. They're making a dream start, but they only scored once. They gave him a 6. Okay, I would have given him a 6.5, maybe a 7. I thought he played really well. Stash, Wrexham defense got through a tricky start. Yeah, Stash, I don't know what's going on with him. O'Connor, usually he's our steady Eddie, and usually he's our steady Eddie. Gave him a 6. That's about right. I think he knows in his head that Brunty's looking over his shoulder and that it's a bit part for him, and it's unfortunate. He's 25 years old, and he's really, really good. I like him a lot. And Graham, by the way, Graham Howe, good to see you. Yes, talk about in a second right here. George Evans was a Rolls Royce. He looked good, and I think he played 90. I think he played 90. Okay. The next one, Ryan Longman. I think he got man of the match. Was very, very good. He did in the game prior to this come on, and he did get rinsed a little bit at the back as a left wing back. But I thought him moving forward, his skill level is intense. And he said afterwards in his interview, he just wants to get on the pitch and play a little bit more, get used to the guys, get his minutes up. He is a player, and by God, he can get across. And I'm telling you right now, he's a starter for me. Find a position for him. And someone is mentioning Macca. I'll just leave that there. I think he could play on that left wing back role, and I think he'd do well. And put Macca as an impact player. Just my thoughts. It's just my thoughts. I really like the look of Ryan Longman. Put him in there. RL47. Love it. Andy Cannon took his goal well from fall. His layoff in the area. Got a 7. I think Andy Cannon coming back. Apparently, he had an illness. So, coming back from an illness, always we try to get your minutes up. But Andy played really well. Happy for him, too. Got to find a spot for him in the squad, in the match day squad. And, good to have him in our rotation, and he did take it. It did take his goal well, and Mo hustled more into the game a little bit later on. Again, he's a different player than we're used to seeing on the pitch. But I'm really liking him. But yeah, he did lay off that ball for Andy Cannon. Actually, Andy Cannon literally took it off his toe. George Evans, the Rolls Royce, Gio, Mr. Handsome, tried to get things going as a holding midfielder. I didn't give him a 6. I would have given him a 7. I thought he played well for coming back. Has been out. He's a little rusty, but I would have given him a 7. I think he controlled it. At the beginning, the first half, I think they were splitting up our midfield a little bit too much. Big L, WW Lee, I'm going to call him. Wrexham started playing after a horror start, and Lee scored his second goal in 2 games in 7. Lee's up for it. You can see he's happier back in the midfield. He's happier. So good job for WW Lee. I think he's going to be a key role to our title push, promotion push. Yeah, I said it, John. I said it. Seb Ravan will be disappointed with the goal in the first 20 seconds, but then he grouped and had an assist from Mo Farah. Yes. Here's my thoughts on Rev before we move forward. And I see there's a good chat there, man. I'll get to that in a second. Via con Dios said that, Esteban. Here's my thought on Seb Ravan. He needs more playing time. He needs more. This obsession with continuing to play Macca every single goddamn minute at left back, is detrimental to the growth of players like a Ravon, who comes into the side and he's not playing quality minutes on the pitch with the first team as much as he should. And that showed in the beginning of the start. He stepped over the ball. There's a difference between being match fit, match sharpness, than just playing. Hey, A2Z, than just playing. I think Mac is a great servant. I think he does great things, but it's playing him every single match. Granted, he didn't play yesterday, and he is the captain, but that doesn't mean you get to play every match. I think is stunting the growth of certain players, i.e. Seb Ravon, 100%. And Seb did grow into the game. He built his confidence a little bit up a little bit more. Got that cross in for the assist, sure. I don't think Parkinson will make any of the changes that I would like to see, because if it ain't broke, in his mind, don't fix it. But what you saw yesterday was a balance of a Longman and a Rev. We were going down each side channel, getting chalk on their boots and getting balls into the box. And I think there's something there. I'm not saying that Rev should be starting every game, but I think that you should be working him in. Longman should be worked into the side. And there's a shout right there. There was shot right there from Matt. Barnett is in trouble. Longman wants his spot. Maka isn't getting dropped anytime soon. Well, I agree with that statement. I agree with that statement. He's got to be dropped because he's going to get a yellow card at some point. But we need to prepare the guys that need to go in there. And Longman is a player. And yes, Barney will start to you're going to see what Barney's mental state will be now too on the other side of things, because Barney knows there's a guy who coming for him, and he can play. Will Barney try to do too much? Will Barney try to over egg his own pudding? Try to not. I'm not saying he doesn't play as a team, but try to do things to push his way to keep his spot, and maybe it goes one way or the other. I'm rooting for them all. It's good to have good competition. Competition is good, and that's great. And to your point, Matt, Maka ain't getting dropped anytime soon. I think, I'm not saying this at you, I think that's bullshit, because no one is granted a spot in there. No one is granted a spot. And I don't know if Parkinson is giving other guys the opportunity to do that unless it's in a cup game. So no one should be guaranteed a spot in the pitch just because of their name or because they're the captain. So competition is good. I'm not saying I disagree with it, but some stubbornness needs to get out of the way, because you can see when we have good balance, we're better. All right, that was long and winded, but it had to be said. Harry Ashfield, very impressive first half. Was tipped over the bar, but he scored early in the second half. Got an 8. He played fantastic. He did have a shot. The keeper made a good save on it. Anywhere to the left or the right, that ball was going in. He got a yellow card for apparently either a descent or for diving, which was, just how do you get the mind blown emoji? That's the one I had. I couldn't believe it. So there you go. He's great. You protect him. And keep him around the first team. He's going to be a good player for us. Okay, Mo Fall got a rare start, which unfortunately I feel bad for Mo Fall. I do. Never leave home without it, by the way. You know him. Mo got a rare start and had a hand in Cannon's goal before scoring himself. Yes, the effort for his goal was great. It was great. Put his leg out, went to the ground, and put it behind the keeper. And I thought he did very, very well going into the game for someone who is not match sharp either. Another one. And you know what? Sadly, he's got to be put down the pecking order. I don't know if he'll start the next game in the quarterfinals on Tuesday. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting lineup. And again, what's good about this? We do the pregame show. We're moving the show up 10 minutes. So when they drop, we'll have that conversation, which is awesome. I'm excited about that. That's going to be stuff on match day. It's going to be looking forward to. So look out for that. So we'll see if he's going to start. And Andy Cannon took that ball off of him, by the way, when he held the ball. So good on him. Ollie Palmer came close, but the goal denied. He gave him a 6 for him as well. Ollie Palmer came on and busted his ass. You got to give him credit for that. And I'll tell you, he had a sick shot. He had a sick shot. I think it was with his right foot. Keeper made a good save to his left on his short side. Keeper did well. That's the best. That's the best I've seen Ollie Palmer play. The best. And good on him. Good on him. And we're gonna sponsor a shirt if we can here at the local pundit. George Dobson, fresh legs in the midfield. I gave him a 6. If he gets near me, I'm taking the scissors and I'm cutting the ponytail. It's over. Peaky Blinders ponytail's out. It's just whatever. But I like Dobson. I like to give him a rest and get back out there. He got a 6. Jacob Mendy came on as right back, by the way. He pushed forward a little bit, gave him a 5. And late substitute Louis Brunt gave him a 5. They really just getting some legs out, getting a run on. So yeah, Paul Ruth says yes. Palmer did seem focused yesterday. He did. He did seem focused yesterday. We're gonna bring that down. And let's talk about that Rev thing. Let's talk about that Rev before we get to the next article there. Okay, you're probably right about Rev, Josh, but it makes me sad. Macca is my favorite guy. Sarah, I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But you got to make decisions, and he's not going to get dropped. But he's stunting his growth. He really is. He's stunting his growth. And them's the breaks sometimes, those are the breaks. Rev makes too many mistakes for Parky, and when you're a younger player that makes that many mistakes, he's always going to rely on experience for promotion. 100%. I totally agree with you, Tess. I totally agree with you. He's going to go with his numbers and who he trusts. 100%. I'm not, but we have honest conversations here. We do, and I think we, sometimes you got to have it. We do about all these players. Read that one already. Raymond Blood, what's going on, brother? After Port Vale went one up in seconds, I went to bed and discussed and woke up later for 1 minute. Raymond Blood, never leave a Wrexham game early. Come on. That's it. You left us all alone out in Port Vale C. Come on. We came back. We were terrible on that first half, but we battled back. Karen, we did it. Rev does make too many mistakes, and it isn't good enough for defensively Parky. I agree. I think he's more of a winger than that too. I'm not saying he should be a starter, but he needs more playing time. Brian Loop, what's going on, brother? Palmer is playing his best against a League 2 team. Not much to brag about. Well, I didn't want to get on the train. We had a W yesterday, Brian. So I'm gonna let that one stay in the chat with you too. And Brian actually was a reserve team. It was a backup team. So touche, my young friends. And didn't Parky play at Rev on the other side during the friendly? He was playing. I saw up and close. Let me see. He was going at us. He did play on the right wing back at one point, but I'm not sure. I think he's 2-footed. But either way, Stoner Combat Vet. You could play Longman one side and play Barney on the other side. Yeah, honestly, I would go to a 4-3-3, but he's never going to do it. He's never going to. We have options though, but Longman's going to be a player. It's a mental game between who's going to go there too. Terrible. As Chris says, terrible. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Okay. Anyways, all right. Another one I wanted to get into too as well. Again, the game is next Tuesday, so decisions have to be made. But before that, where the F is it? Here we go. That's what I got here. Yep. What up, Matt Al? How you doing, brother? Let me bring this down. Touching buttons here. Yes, I do. Okay, here we have a dilemma. What's going on here? There. Phil Parkinson does face a dilemma over his squad. This is one thing that obviously we just went through the transfer window. We are one heavy right now. We are one heavy, and here is the post from BBC where we got the article too, and get your thoughts on who we think is going to be left out. So, decisions. Phil Parkinson, due to the EFL rules, teams must submit 22-man squad for registration within those players named eligible to play for the league fixtures. So Wrexham have 23 senior pros, meaning one has to miss out. If I can read that. So register 22. I think it's by the next game. I don't know when it has to be done. Obviously by our next match, which is in 9 days or something like that. So there's that. So we have 23 senior pros. We are heavy one. We are heavy one right there. And why do I keep touching that? And it screws up. Okay. Phil Parkinson faces the decision over his Wrexham squad, seeing a record-breaking transfer window. And I thought it was great. Blah, blah, blah. Ryan and Rob, Hollywood crap, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? So the bottom two tiers, yes, it needs to be 22. Doesn't include goalkeepers. Sebrevon, Mo Fall, and Harry Ashfield also, they don't apply because calendar year at 21 and under, so they're fine. So with that, obviously, there's going to be some moving out. I would suspect it's probably going to be Bolton, Bolton or Boyle, one of those two gentlemen. I think is going to go. Unfortunately, so James Jones, Anthony Ford did leave. Anthony Ford. That's what I mean. So if I'm reading my tea leaves right now, I would suspect to be Bolton. Or Boyle. What say you? But I think that's where we're headed right there. So by the time of our next main game, at least it has to one has to go. And it's sad, but true. It has to happen. Matt Al says, yep, Bolton, it's a no-brainer. I agree. I think Boyley's on that list too, says Brian Loop. Bye Bolton, Bolton. I mean, that's what the chat's saying here. We can most likely figure it out. And it's unfortunate, but it is. Yes, Parkinson was in there. Wrexham women play in an hour or so on iFile. Yes, that is. I will be out of here before then. I'll be out of here in a couple minutes. So everyone get back to their Wednesday. But if anything does break, as you know, we break live. We break news live, which is here. Boyley out to Sarah Pritchard. It is free on iFile. Yes. Yes, it is free on iFile. There you go. But sorry, that's the update. What we have going on there so far. Again, just following up from yesterday's stuff. And there's not much going on. So the women do play TSN versus TSN a little bit too. And I guess I'll show this too while we're here. There it is in the Jimmy Bagadonis Cup trophy. Here we go. I think we're this is on the website. Fixture news: Bolton Wanderers. That'll be good. It's gonna be a good League One game. It's funny. 4-1 win. It'll be kickoff at 7:30. That's right. But remember, we have the pregame. That's next Tuesday against Bolton. So we'll be at the Stoke Terrace. Marks our first time at a competition quarterfinal since winning the tournament in 2005. $10. There you go. Initially, the Mac Ground and Wrexham Lager stands will be open for this fixture. Hospitality is also available for the game. It costs £30. So if you'd like to upgrade it, do your thing. So those go on sale. They went on sale already. I think they went on sale. Yeah, they already went on sale. So there it is. Next Tuesday, thick and fast. That's a home game, by the way. Remember, we weren't expected to have a home game in February, and it turns out we're going to have one there. So get those in fast. Get those tickets fast. I will be here. I'm excited to do it. I will adjust this to the timing there, but we'll have a full slate. We'll have a full slate of stuff coming. All right, what else is going on? Great chat. Thank you very much, my friend Graham. Awesome to have you in. I think you're new to the chat, but I'm not 100% sure. But thank you for coming in. And please become a member and like and subscribe, share. Like I said, we're on the road to the immediate 2,000. Let's go. We got to do it. Esteban says, have a beautiful day, everyone. Time to take care of the kitties. Class, as always, Josh. Yes. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, my outside kitties I took care of. It's raining here in Los Angeles. It's raining, which is great. And Matt Al does have his tickets. And Paul Kelly says, I'm wondering how many backup defenders we have. Boyle would do better to keep around, I think. Well, I think I keep Boyle over Bolton. I mean, I think Bolton's probably only played about if he's played more than 45 minutes in a Wrexham jersey, I'd be shocked. I could be wrong, but I'd be shocked. I thought he would one that would be going. But yeah, anyways, good show today. Working on the Andy Morrell thing. There was a mix up, but we'll get that out. Chapter 1 later today. That's the plan. Over the weekend, we're probably not going to do a watch along, probably take the weekend off, but we will be live. We'll do a Sunday session, all the fun stuff, which is great. So awesome stuff. Ryan Longman really means we really don't need Bolton. It's true. Which is true. Very true. What else we got going on here? Yeah, just going back to the start. Mullin with an injury update. Shin injury, not too serious. Something with his tendon. It's not broke. So that's good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So good on him. Again, a great day yesterday. We're going through. And yeah, on that bombshell. I'll see you all soon.